I'm not ready to share you with any man. You don't even know what you've done to me, do you? You walk around thinking you're just living your life, fragile, oblivious, unaware of the fire you've lit inside me. And I'm left here, watching every move you make from the shadows, fighting every man's gaze that wanders too close to what's mine. Yes, mine. Even if you don't know it yet, you weren't just a passing interest, you were the storm I wasn't prepared for. And now, every breath you take feels like a theft from me, like the world is trying to steal what I've chosen. It drives me insane, the way you look at them, the way your eyes light up in a room, and every man starts thinking he has a chance. They don't. Not even a heartbeat. I see them try. Those tiny smiles, those conversations that stretch seconds too long. And I stand there, silent, but roaring inside. They don't understand. They don't know the kind of darkness that lives in me. The part that would tear apart the whole world to keep you untouched. I don't care if you never meant to make them fall. What matters is you did not stop them. You let them imagine something that belongs to me alone. You think I'm exaggerating. You think I'm being possessive. No, this is beyond possession. This is obsession carved into bone. I don't want your heart. I want your soul, knowing mine is out there. Restless, pacing, burning for you. I want the softest parts of you, the ones you don't even show in daylight. I want the version of you no one knows, and I don't intend to let another man discover it, not even by mistake. Do you understand that now? Your innocence is dangerous, a blade in my chest, twisting with every laugh you share with someone else. I don't need to shout to make you hear me. I don't need to cage you, to remind you that you belong to me. I will just exist in your silence until it echoes my name. I'll exist in the spaces between your thoughts, that whisper that won't let you sleep, wondering why you feel watched, why your pulse races when you're alone. That's me. I'm not loud and obvious. I'm just everywhere. You're not just a craving. You're the addiction I didn't bother resisting. You can run from every man. You can hide behind walls of your own making, but you'll never shake the feeling of me. That pull you never asked for, that fire that won't die. I don't need a throne or a title to claim you. I already have. I didn't ask permission. I didn't beg you to stay. I just chose you. A silent vow, a violent truth. And I'm not ready to share you with any man now or ever. So go ahead, smile at them, talk to them. Let them think they have a shot. I won't stop you. I'll just be waiting at the edge of your every choice, reminding you that some men watch the world burn just to keep one woman warm. And I'm one of them. You don't even understand what you've become for me. You think you're moving freely in this world, unaware of the shadows that follow, unaware of me. But every time you step outside, every time you breathe in the same air as another man, something violent stirs inside me. I track every smile, every glance you give, even the accidental ones. They don't know how sacred you are to me. You are not meant for their temporary interests. You were carved for something deeper. And I will not watch you become someone else's passing curiosity. Do you know how many times I've had to restrain myself? How often I've clenched my fists, forcing myself to stay still, because if I didn't, every man who even looked at you with interest would learn what it means to cross a line written in blood. You move like you're safe. You speak like the world is kind. But I've seen the ugliness, the hunger in other men's eyes. I know exactly what they picture when they look at you, and it disgusts me, makes my jaw tighten, makes my hands itch. You don't even need to speak to them. Your existence alone is enough to provoke my madness. You think I'm playing some twisted game? No. There is no game, not for me. There is only one truth. You belong to me in ways you haven't even realized yet. I don't need your confession. I don't need your permission. I already feel you. In the silence, in the distance, In the unspoken parts of the night, there's a connection you're trying to ignore, but it's too late. You're marked. My presence isn't loud, but it's permanent, like ink under skin. You don't walk through this world alone. I'm always one step behind, keeping the wolves away. And don't mistake my silence for weakness. I don't make noise, I make moves. Quiet moves. Every man who gets too close to you finds his luck turning, his path shifting. You think it's coincidence? No, I orchestrate it. I don't need to shout to claim you. I let circumstances do it for me. I'm the storm they don't see coming. I'm the reason you'll never be caught by someone too careless to know your worth. If darkness had a purpose, it would be wrapped around your name. I'd wear it proudly. You think love is gentle, that it's soft. You don't know what it looks like when it comes from someone like me. Mine isn't sweet, it's devouring. It's the kind of love that refuses to share space with fear. I don't want half of you. I don't want pieces. I want the version of you no one has ever touched, even emotionally. The one who lies awake wondering why her heart beats faster when the room is quiet. Because somewhere you already know I'm there, watching, waiting, claiming. They can talk to you, but they'll never have your attention the way I do. Not truly. Because even when you laugh at their words, something inside you pauses, like your soul knows better. You may try to ignore it, try to fight the instinct whispering, I'm not going anywhere. But your heart has always known what's coming. The day you stop pretending you don't feel it too, the day you finally understand that every step you take pulls you deeper into this dark gravity I've created around us. I won't rush you. I won't force you. My patience is terrifying. But hear this, no matter how far you run, no matter how safe you think you are, every path will lead back to me. Because I don't chase what's mine unnecessarily. I simply wait for the world to break around you until you realize I was the only constant, the only truth. And when that moment comes, they'll all realize it was never a love story. It was a silent conquest, a warning in the dark. I don't share what's mine, and you are, always have been. You keep trying to live like this is normal, like the world is just some harmless place where people come and go without leaving marks. But that's not your reality anymore. Not since I saw you. Not since I decided my shadow would always fall over yours. You move like a puzzle that's missing its final piece, and you don't even realize I've been holding that piece all along. I'm the quiet thought you can't shake, the name you don't speak even to yourself. But your silence doesn't free you from me, it binds you deeper. Every time you choose to walk away from a conversation, from a man who tries too hard, I feel it. That invisible choice you make, even if you don't know you're making it, and you always choose in my direction. Even when it scares you, you keep your voice soft around them, but I know it would break if I stood in front of you. If I whispered your name in the dark, there's a part of you that already belongs to me. And you can't run from the truth your soul has already accepted. You don't know what I've learned about you. Not to invade, just to understand you. The things you love, the people you trust, the way your mind works when you think no one's watching. I've studied you like scripture. I could tell you your favorite song before you even admit it to yourself. I could explain why you always pause before replying to certain questions. I know your silence. I know what it hides. And as terrifying as it is, I cherish it because your secrets live inside my hunger. The more I learn, the deeper I fall. And yes, I've stood in places you'll never know I visited, watched you laugh from a distance, seen how the light hits your face when the world can't see how tired you truly are. I've seen past the surface, past the makeup and the smile. You think you walk unnoticed, but I carry your image in my mind like it's my only treasure. Your existence is sacred to me, and no one gets to touch that without consequence. You don't need to love me back for me to feel this way. I don't need permission to burn for you. This isn't infatuation, it's devotion. Dark, unbreakable, unshakable devotion. I don't love you the way they do, softly, timidly, hoping you'll turn and notice them. No. My love consumes. It marks territory before you even realize there was a border. I don't need your affirmation. I need you to exist. That's enough to ignite every piece of chaos inside me. And if I'm wrong for feeling this way, then I'll carry that madness proudly. Others can offer you warmth. They can give you soft smiles and gentle touches. But I offer something else. Protection cloaked in darkness. A loyalty that will hunt down anyone who hurts you. A promise that I won't let you fall, even if I have to drag you into my world to keep you safe. You don't get lost under my watch. You get claimed quietly, eternally. Call it possessive. Call it insane. I call it necessary. One day, when the world shows you how cruel it truly can be, when you realize fake smiles and false promises were all they ever built their love on, you'll remember my silence. You'll realize what you've been orbiting all along, and you will understand that all this time I didn't want your words. I just needed your presence. I didn't need to be seen. I needed to be known by you. Even if it terrified us both, you think distance protects you from me. You convince yourself that if you avoid my name, silence my thoughts, and bury this pool, you'll be safe. But you don't understand. I'm not on the outside looking in. I'm already woven into the threads of your quiet moments. I'm the shift in your heartbeat when the world goes still. The low hum under your ribs when you let your guard down. You don't erase me by pretending I don't exist. You only make me thrive in the spaces where your defenses crumble. Every night you close your eyes, I'm there, uninvited but unavoidable. A shadow that slips under the door, sits beside your bed, and whispers without sound. You can't ignore what you feel, even if you lie to yourself. Even if you convince your mind that you're untouched, your soul knows better. Because I don't live in the realm of spoken love and fragile promises. I live in the tremors of your pulse when you think you're alone. I live in the questions you don't dare ask. You don't need to say my name for me to hear you. Your silence is louder than any confession. Those moments when the world feels too loud, too fake, too demanding, that's when I feel you reach for me. Not with words, but with energy. A pull, a tension that neither of us can explain, but both of us feel. You can lock your doors, ignore your phone, move cities if you want. All you'll do is change the scenery of your longing, because what binds us isn't physical. It's something darker, something ancient. You may not remember the moment it happened, but I do. The first time I saw you, something in me stopped. Like the world finally revealed the thing it had been hiding. You weren't a coincidence. You were a consequence, a completion, and I didn't get to choose it. I was simply undone. It was terrifying. It still is, but I'd rather live in the ruin of this obsession than return to a life where you don't exist. My darkness behaves in your light, even when you don't see it. People talk about freedom as if it's a blessing. I don't want freedom from you. I want the chains. I want to feel the weight of your presence, even when you're not here. Let them call it bondage. Let them call it wrong. What do they know of fire that doesn't burn out? Of hunger that doesn't fade with time? They've been fed small loves, weak flames. I don't want that. I want the kind of connection that keeps me up at night, even when I've never touched your skin. A connection that refuses to die quietly. So let them try. Let every man try his luck, try his charm. Let him try to figure out why you pull away without reason, why your heart isn't fully in their hands. They won't understand, and you won't explain. Because you can't explain something you don't fully understand yourself. All you'll know is that something always feels unfinished, like a sentence without a full stop, like a life that doesn't fit right. And I'll be there in the quiet, waiting for you to realize it's because part of you was never yours to give away. You'll feel it one day, not in words but in silence, in the way your breath catches when nothing is happening, in the way your thoughts still when a certain kind of darkness feels familiar instead of frightening. And that's when you finally understand, I was never outside, I was always inside you, waiting for your world to shift, for your heart to open. I don't need applause, I don't need permission, I don't need anything more than what I already have. Your unspoken truth, your unclaimed belonging, your destiny wrapped in shadows and fire. You keep searching for peace in places where you don't belong, laughing with people who don't see you, talking to men who only listen to the version of you they want. But deep down, you feel it, that shift, that hollowness after every conversation ends. No matter how much you try to force the normalcy, you always walk away feeling incomplete. That's because your peace isn't out there. It's in the darkness that scares you. It's in the place where you think you lose control. Where I am, where we are. Sometimes I wonder if you sense me even when you don't want to. If you feel your lungs tighten when I think of you, if your pulse changes when I whisper your name in silence. There's no language for this connection, no explanation that fits into the fragile logic you've wrapped yourself in, yet it exists. Stubborn, aching, undeniable. You feel it in the spaces between conversations, in the quiet after the chaos. The stillness that follows isn't peace. That's me. Watching, claiming without touch, loving without mercy. You've tried to run from the idea of me, tried to drown it in distractions, in new routines, in people who don't even see the depth of your eyes. But the more you run, the more you realize I was never chasing, I was waiting. Patience is the deadliest weapon in the hands of a man who knows what he wants. And I've always known from the moment I saw you, not just your face, not just your form, but your ache. The quiet storm beneath all your light, it called to something ancient in me, some you don't get to walk away from. You don't belong in shallow affection. You were molded in deeper fires. You were always meant to be possessed, not admired from afar. And that's what I am, a storm without backup plans, a force of nature that didn't ask to care for you, but does anyway. You might find comfort in their hands for a moment, but you never feel understood, because they don't see what I see. They don't see the broken glass in your spine, the wildflowers in your mouth, the calloused softness of your heart. They want your laughter. I want your truth, even the dark parts. You keep telling yourself it's dangerous, this pull, this obsession you feel for a presence you've never touched. But danger doesn't always come with a warning sign. Sometimes it whispers your name in the dark and waits for you to whisper back. And every time you try to push this away, fate finds new ways to remind you you're already tied to something deeper than logic, something raw, something ruthless, something that doesn't let go because it was never meant to. You don't need me to be near for me to change your world. My absence is louder than most people's presence. My silence speaks more truth than other men's declarations, because I don't need to stand in front of you to make you feel claimed. I live in the space right behind your thoughts, watching them shift, watching them circle back to me even when you fight it. Your soul already surrendered. It's your mind that hasn't caught up yet. One day you'll stop acting like you're walking alone. One day you'll realize every step you took in rebellion was still on a path that led right back to me. Because I don't need love wrapped in roses and light. I'll take the version of you that's afraid of the truth. I'll take the version that's lonely, even in a crowded room. I'll take the version that prays in silence for someone to see through her walls without breaking her. That's the version I've been waiting for. And I'll be there, standing in the dark of your destiny, ready to pull you into the kind of love that never asks for approval. You keep trying to convince yourself that this connection is just your imagination,